I get to call this horn super. You know why? Because it is a super. Okay, that's terrible. But check out this beautiful restoration on this old super cornet. Stay tuned and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it. Thanks. Everybody, it's Trent Austin from Austin Custom Brass. I hope you're having a fantastic day out there. Hit that subscribe button wherever it might be. Maybe it's over there. I don't know. Keep up to date with us. We have lots and lots of these new show and tell videos coming very soon. This horn is beautiful. It's a recent acquisition and it is not for sale. It is actually in my collection. I'm going to replace one of my super cornets, so stay tuned for me putting that super cornet back up. But I've always wanted a restored one, and this one is just beautiful. The old super cornet is a little funky, and if you're a traditional British brass band person, you're not going to want the old super cornet. But if you're an improviser, it's a fantastic option. One of my trumpet heroes and cornet heroes actually now, the great Ryan Kaiser, does a lot of his improvising on an old super cornet. It's got a very unique wrap, and unfortunately, this camera, I just want to remind people that my primary camera is on the fritz right now, so this one is serving as a backup. So the autofocus is not as good as my other one, but see this slide right here is your main tuning slide, and then you got your third slide here, and it has that very unique wrap, very compact. So it's a short, long cornet. Now, we use the word long cornet. It's not like, oh, I don't have it in this part of my studio, but the Constellation, which is full trumpet length, but I'm using it as a non-shepherd's crooked. So there's no shepherd's crook here. It has the crook right there. So it's kind of, I mean, it's a very cool idea. And again, hello, Mr. Focus. There we go. The Olds has a few really cool cornets in their line, and I'm going to do a video on the old studio cornet in just a bit for probably sometime in the next week or two on these video series. This one's been restored by Charlie Milk, the great Charlie Milk, and it's been re-lacquered, and it has a valve alignment, and it just looks gorgeous. The thing I love about these old super cornets is they're extremely mouthpiece sensitive. And I think when I first started trying them out, remember pre-1955, 56, old cornets required a flugelhorn taper in terms of the shank. This one is a modern, a little bit later. This is late 60s, early 70s, I think. So it's pretty late in the terms of the good era of Olds, we'll say. Although I have a Clark Terry flugelhorn, which was made right before the Olds factory closed, and that's a magnificent horn. But this one takes a normal cornet shank, which is cool. You can often get the receivers replaced, and we also actually make a shank for those older Olds cornets. So let's do some playing. What you heard in the beginning was my 1 1/4 B cup. The B cup is fairly deep. You can see that right there. Let's see. It's a fairly deep mouthpiece, a little bit deeper than, if you're familiar with the Wick line of mouthpieces, it's a little bit deeper than that. So I'm going to play. These audio clips, by the way, are recorded on a nice mic, but completely dry, no reverb, no EQ. They're literally just running the signal from the microphone into this camera. So very agile, very fun, very smooth. It has a little bit more brilliance than you would expect with that deep cup of mouthpiece. And if you put a normal C cup mouthpiece in it, well, this is my V shape, but it's a little bit, it's actually not as deep as that, but it's a similar shape. It will get pretty punchy. And that mouthpiece you just heard was a little bit more of a trumpet flugel variety, but I don't know if I have a little bit off screen for a second, just to see. I don't have it in that one. Oh, I do. Hold on. Okay, that off screen was worth it because I do have my A cup, which is ginormous. This is a huge mouthpiece, deeper than even I think the straight wick mouthpieces. This is actually a little bit deeper. So check this out. So with that A cup, it has a really thick and rich sound. Very, very mouthpiece sensitive, very, very fun. Now we have probably 3 or 4 of these others, old super cornets in stock. They might have the old receiver, but like I mentioned earlier, we do make a shank, so it's not a problem to get any top and backboard combination to work for this. That's the old super that is now in my collection. I will be putting a listing up, maybe even in this description, with some other old super cornets that we have for sale in the shop. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for your great support of ACB during this pandemic. We really, really thank you so much because without you guys, we don't exist. Hit that subscribe button, stay up to date with us. If you have any video suggestions or mini lesson suggestions, just send us a message at info@austinCustomBrass.com. Take care and happy tootin'. Cheers.